Hey, we're at Baltimore Comic Con talking with Girls With Slingshots own Danielle Corsetto. How are you doing today?
All right.
How's the show treating you?
Good. Very well, actually. Yesterday especially.
Oh, great. Did you have a long-term goal in mind when you created this idea?
When I started it, I guess I'd done, not Girls With Slingshots, but I'd done Hazelnuts, which was the precursor, with just Hazel and a couple other the small characters. And I picked it back up because I wanted something to work on while I was a photo major. So I was a photojournalist at a local newspaper, and that was pretty much like taking up all my time. So I wanted to continue doing something that was going to be comics related because it's always been my first love.
Yeah.
And I had taken HTML class. Sorry.
No, it's all right. We're going to cut everything that doesn't work out.
Cut out all the burping. I had taken an HTML class. I knew how to do my own website, and so I figured, all right, I can advertise my skills in cartooning, illustration, writing, and HTML. Even though I was terrible at it, I thought I was good at it.
Sure.
And a little bit of a CSS here and there.
Okay.
So I figured I could advertise all that by putting it up on a website that was regularly updating. And if I had update days, I would actually do it. So initially it was just to get freelance jobs, and I did for a while. I actually quit my job like immediately after getting it, which makes me kind of a jerk. And didn't focus on Girls With Slingshots initially, but was doing illustration work nonstop and like caricature work. And in 2007, I decided that, I could try to do this full time, and so I've been doing it full time ever since.
Yeah. Is there anything through this journey that you were surprised by yourself, and through the story, through the characters, through the art, that you were like, wow, I didn't realize we would get here or do this?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that I started doing it 5 times a week and it actually stuck.
Yeah.
I didn't go back to 3 times a week or anything. The fact that I made a promise and kept it, it's kind of rare. So yeah.
All right, cool. What are some of your artistic influences? People who really get you either interested or got you interested in the beginning?
Actually, Baltimore's own Frank Cho was a huge inspiration to me when I was in high school and in college, and I'd say everybody. I mean, I was a huge Garfield fan when I was a kid, but now, a lot of webcomics that I'm following. I always think about questionable content for whatever reason, like thinking about the way he writes and the fact that he's still very well beloved. I'm like, okay, he can like take a day or a couple days and just write something ridiculous and people still love it, and I still love it. So I can do that once in a while too.
What are some of the more difficult tasks that you kind of eased yourself into, or found, oh, this actually wasn't quite as bad once I got used to it?
Oh, well, bookkeeping is actually kind of fun, weirdly.
Okay.
I enjoy, taking all my tax write-offs and like putting them into a spreadsheet. For whatever reason, that's like the enjoyable part. But the shipping, the packing and shipping was my least favorite, and so I have Blind Fairy doing that for me now, because I just could not do that. That, and also something else they do for me. It's an amazing Little Mermaid. Wow, the costumes here are awesome.
Yeah.
But now I've lost my train of thought. They're also doing, whenever I do have a book published or any new piece of merchandise that takes more than just a print or something like that, I hate dealing with like, oh, what's the template? Is this correct? Did the publisher, or not the publisher, is the printer okay with this?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And they deal with that, and they just kind of like translate it literally sometimes into words I understand. We occasionally go with a printer up in Montreal, and they are also in Montreal, so sometimes there's some French problems. So I mean, luckily, Somer did give me the insight. He was like, I love just writing. Why don't you just do what you want to do, and we'll take care of the other stuff.
That's awesome.
That's what I do. So yeah.
All right. You mentioned you like Garfield. Have you ever had a chance to actually talk to or meet Jim Davis?
No, although I am applying for NCS membership this year, so hopefully I can go to the Rubens next year if it's not on the same weekend as a big convention like it was this past year.
Is there anything you want to talk about or promote that you're really excited about for the future?
Yeah, actually next year I'm going to be doing a cross-country tour, and I'm just going to drive all over the place to mostly places in the Midwest that I never hit for comic book conventions.
Cool.
So yeah, a lot of places that I just haven't had a chance to do conventions or signings that I'm going to do. And we're going to try to make it fun and do like laser tag and crazy stuff like
awesome.
that. Yeah.
That's cool. So watch out for that. All right, thank you very much for talking with us. It's been awesome.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Is it enough?
Bye.
Video too.
Yep.
You did tell me that. Yeah. Let me look awake.